Hi, this is KV and this is the moon phase report for March 27, 2013. This is the reading for Scorpio. Okay, so you guys are very much focused on your service to others right now. And it's funny because I have noticed a lot of people ordering the soul reading that I do, and they've been Scorpio, 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 so it makes total sense. For at least, a couple more weeks, at least 3, you're especially really going to be like, what am I really here to do? I mean, I'm really good at this, I love doing this, but is this what I'm supposed to do? So there's going to be a lot of questions like that with you. All this energy right now, this Aries energy, is focused into that house, kind of putting pressure on you in a way. And basically with this full moon, there's a lot of you needing to contact spirit to help bring through this information. And it's like, this is a really big time that you can, either go to somebody who is involved in contacting spirits, or you can do it yourself, because your answer is going to come through spirit. Your answer is going to come through you finding it out from spirit or somebody else finding it out from spirit, because it's something that, it's something like all the jobs in the world are so different than they were like, 10 years ago, and so many people, especially who are going to be attracted to my horoscopes, are kind of more metaphysically attracted with jobs, wanting to do something that's artistic or healing. Like, definitely I would say, like, with my birth chart readings, I have more healers and artists are definitely healers, artists, writers. That's like the majority of people. I think I once got this person that would definitely love to be an accountant, and it was shocking. I don't know how he found me, but I was like, oh, you love this kind of thing. And he's like, I do. But for the most part, people who do find me are much more like artistic and earthy, and wanting to do a job that doesn't have a map laid out on how to do it, and that's why it takes connecting with spirit. It takes meditation. It takes quieting the mind to really hear where we should go, what steps we should take, and having them come to us from a different source. So that's going to be a big thing with you, and you're going to be realizing too that you do need to be making more time for quiet, to quiet your mind, for one, that's going, but what am I supposed to do? I want change, this isn't working. I love what I'm doing, because there's the possibility of that too. It's not necessarily that you don't love what you're doing, but there's this thing of, should it be more? Is there something else? And there's something with part of this aspect, there's the really big transformative aspect to this, because Pluto is in the mix of this. And Pluto is really putting a lot of the pressure on all the planets that are saying, but what is my destiny? What am I here to do? How can I help people? You'll even be very focused too on that, like, how can I give back? I want to like share the message of all these people and what they're going through, and I want to share these other things that are going on in the world with people. So it could even be some, like, a bit of like a humanitarian thing awakening in you a bit, because of how these placements, but definitely with a focus on how you can be giving back to the people. And so there's something too that's, there's something to this that's communication based. So it could even be awakening you, knowing you need to communicate these things for these other people who don't have a voice. And how this T-square is coming together, it's the relief point of it, and the point that we want to look at the closest is something that is going back for more schooling, traveling, something like an online business, because that's something that can really get a message out. So you're probably thinking about, how can I get my service to others, discover it for one, and really be able to name it, but also really get it out into the world so that I'm making a difference and I'm sharing these messages, because there's these really strong messages that you're wanting to share, and that can kind of transform others people's lives, or you can play a role in this. And it was funny, I was talking to a friend about this who's a Scorpio, because she's all in this exact same thing. But you know what we were coming to is like, you know, this is someone who is very enchanting, so that when she's talking and everything, you don't take your eyes off her. You know, you're very much like, what do you have to say? Okay, I'll buy it. Like, she's someone who could definitely be like, I think you all need to buy this product, and then they all will, you know. So there's some people that do really have that kind of influence in the world. It's kind of too, like, even with that movie Half the Sky, which I've told you all you need to watch. It's, you know, one of the top most profound movies with a huge message that so many of us didn't know this was going on, and it like is unreal, and it ignites this thing in you to want to share it with people, and do something about it. So with that movie, they had a lot of famous stars on it, and they did that because right there it opens the masses' minds to, oh, look, I love that star, and that star's on there sharing this message, so I should listen to this. It, you know, it automatically opens them to that. And with this friend of mine, we were talking about that, how she has this gift, you know. So I just feel like right now she is awakening, and you guys will be too, to if you are someone that has a kind of free ticket in a way of having this gift of having people believe in you and trust you and want to follow whatever you're doing. So if you have this, you have to use it, especially now, because we're so uncovering all these secrets in the world, and they are making us, they're jolting our whole system. But they change us the moment we find out. You know, sometimes they're so painful to see, but they change us overnight, you know. And we have this new thing in us. We're the warriors and the warrioresses, you know, the indigos, or the people who are like, I gotta do something about this, you know. So we're all so empowered by and inspired by things going on in the world, so we want to share them. So something like this could be going on where you're thinking of getting more of an online presence and sharing what you know, or even thinking, I want to do massage, I want to be a body worker. So now being like, really kind of thinking about what the steps could take to get you into this more give back sort of career. So definitely education or expansion, or something that takes you out of this little place that you know and shows you another way, are going to be ways for you to help create a platform for these burning desires that are awakening in you to do something big and to make an impact and bring about change. So that's pretty much the full moon, what it's doing for you. So also too, just sit tight. Like, there will be some rush with it. There will be some like, I want to know now, I just want to know now, but what's my destiny? But what's my destiny? You know, and just truly understanding that the whole point with the full moon and how it's lined up is that you need to quiet down and don't push, and just kind of like state it in spirit land, you know, send it out to the universe that you're ready, but then just really kind of sit back and just know everything you have right now is perfect. Everything is leading you to something else. You're not going to miss any opportunities. You know, you are here doing this thing, and everything in the world is going to work to bring you the opportunities so that you can express this thing. So there's never a rush, ever. You know, I say with my birth chart, with my business, it took 14 years to really like start sustaining me, you know. But I can say I never gave up on it, but of course I did. I gave up on it over and over and over. But it was also something that always just kept coming back to me. You know, I couldn't push it away. I couldn't let it go because it was my thing, you know. It's kind of like with love too, you know, like if it's really your thing, nothing's going to keep it apart. And even maybe time will pass, but if it really is your thing, here comes the train. See, I live where nobody lives out here, but a tour train goes by twice a day. Usually it's shaking things, which I love it. I think it's so cool. Like there's no through traffic because it's a dead end, but the train goes by. So anyway, yeah. Can't even remember what I was just saying. But so, all right, so there's this other aspect I've been talking to everybody about. It's like the most exciting one to me right now. So for you, we have this Saturn and Pluto sextile. This very much relates to several things like the father, obviously, or not obviously, but obviously. There's an aspect of that. This kind of something with trust issues, whether that's being able to trust others. In this point, it's very much about trusting yourself, though, but it can go on several things like that. It's about also grounding this transformative process that we all, as a race, are going through, and really grounding this new person that we're all birthing into, you know, so it's really powerful. It's really cool. So the midpoint of that is 11 degrees Sagittarius. The very opposite point of that right now in the sky is Jupiter at 11 degrees Gemini. So basically what this all means for you is that you are needing to, and this will tie into your service with others, you'll see that too, you're needing to trust in yourself as being a valuable player in all of this in life. So it's trusting in something that does make you unique, and it can be something that relates to using your hands, because very often when it's in this placement, I always just, that's something that always comes through to me. It's something with your hands, you know. So it can be something like that. It can also be something that brings value into your life, which ultimately will also bring value into your life, because the more people are appreciative of you offering this gift, the more you feel so like, yeah, you know, this is my gift. Who wants it next? You know, I had my friend my friend's a shaman, and her and my other friend did some body work on me the day that my dad died, and did a soul retrieval and other stuff on me. And you know, she's so profound. Like I've been with a couple shamans before, and I thought they were so profound too, but this girl like is in a league of her own, you know, and she's very interactive and in it, and like, you know, I've been telling her like it's time for you to walk this life. It's clear as day. You have to trust that you have these really awesome gifts, and you have to, this is for you too, you have to see yourself as an authority. You have to put yourself first and go, I'm good at this. I deserve to be seen as this. But like after she got done with it, it was like absolutely the most special thing that I've ever been involved in. And I was like, oh, girl, but you could just see she was lit up, you know. She's like, you could see she's like ready. Who's next? Who's ready for a soul retrieval next? Who's next? Who can I work on next? Who can I go into that, you know, space to help heal? So this is what is going to happen with you by you more just trusting yourself and trusting these awesome gifts that you have that can be transformative, can be grounding, can like help other people. That's why there's also a healing aspect too, because all the service to others often is something that people do take as healing work. So it could be something that brings in this element of helping people live more valuable lives, you know, and there's something you can do maybe that plays a part in that. But so by you doing that, so by you trusting in yourself and owning your gifts, and by you owning that it's time to be an authority and it's time to put yourself up front and center and saying, I can do this for you. I have these gifts. By you doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By you doing that, I didn't even realize that. By you doing that, you are going to be cool. Gosh, I love how I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Now I'm like, oh, by you doing that, you are going to be able to access more. That's why it very well could be something healing based. Definitely now that I just saw that. Because by you honoring this about yourself, you're going to be able to access more kind of psychological healing modalities that are very depth related. This can be helping other people to really peel back layers. It's definitely a peel back layer sort of section of the chart. So by you honoring your gifts, you will have more opportunities to go further into shaman land. So I don't know, are all the Scorpios wanting to be shamans at this time? It could be. I mean, that seems like such a broad statement, but that's definitely where you might be wanting to explore more metaphysical teachings like this, and maybe thinking you need to study under someone, because there's also the education thing coming in. So yeah, you might really be awakening to, I want to learn more skills from someone who's walked it and can teach these, you know, because even like the whole thing with the soul retrieval I had the other day, I mean, it's far out stuff, you know, it's seriously, it's not anything that's normal of this world, it's far out. So you may just be right now kind of coming to a point of knowing that you would be really good at this kind of thing, and either you'll get the opportunity to just jump in there and do it because you already have enough learning and wisdom in you, or you can be meeting other people who can help you delve deeper into some sort of study that is very depth related and very much not of this world related, and very much going into the deepest core of a person, you know, like peeling back like 20 layers to really find like, that's where that started, you know. You could definitely be a facilitator of this kind of stuff, and that could be on your mind. So if it is, you know, the ultimate chart just says though that it's going to take you meditating to really find out what you need to do next, or what you need to awaken to, because it's something private and it's kept from me now. Even I just saw a blank screen. I was like, oh, I can't tell anymore on that. It's up to you is what that means when that happens. There is something that you are to find in your meditation time, in your quiet time, in your out in nature, and just letting all the cares fall away so that you can allow this other source of information to come through you, and then you will be guided and you will know, you know, what lights you up and like what you really want to do for people. Okay, so that's going to be all for the full moon. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks with the new moon in Aries. It's still going to be focused on this same area of service to others. You should have more clarity in 2 weeks, but definitely in 2 weeks you will be much more amped up and much more like, this is it, you know. So you'll be much more ready to like declare, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm awesome at, this is what I'm here to do. So right now just know you're peeling back layers within yourself to find out exactly what are your gifts, you know. So it's cool. It's cool like that. So, okay, we're going to stop here. I'll see you in 2 weeks. You have a beautiful day. And yes.